Last we left off, our heroes had just paid a visit to the Underdark, having just narrowly escaped its changeling residence. Gathering their nerve, they returned to Hollowshades to rest, for they will have to continue to investigate in the morning. A few of our heroes struggle to sleep, however. Zuki had just woken up with a start. Those eyes had followed him into his dream, and given his talents, they were vivid. He galloped through the endless Underdark, a combination of what he saw and the manifestation of bedtime tales. He only woke up when he fell into a giant maw of a beast, or a cliff. It was unclear. He got up, collected himself, then headed out to the statue of Luna to pay his respects and prayers. He was unsure what time it was here in the Twilight Village. He simply meditates on the events of the previous day. Azure rounded the corner. She was surprised to see Zuki up and about. She felt a sense of unease, as if something hung over his mind. Instincts drove her to comfort the zebra. Instincts also told her to stay back as she looked upon the statue. Azure recalled what Zuki said. As much as she dislikes the alicorn, she must be respectful of Zuki's beliefs and swallow her negativity. She carefully steps over to the statue.
Can't sleep either.
Oh, hello. I do not see you there, Raffi. Sleep is difficult tonight, yes. The land of dreams has turned to chaos, poisoned by my childhood fears. I just needed time to collect myself.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It is quite fine. Your name was Azure, is it not? If you are willing, what troubles you this night?
Today was a bit too exciting, I think. Between the threat of that dark magic, the dragons, those changelings.
Many dark omens do surround this village. I worry for what we have yet to encounter.
Zuki remembers the strange aura coming from Azure and Oceanfish. He could not place what it was then. Maybe he could inquire now.
Say, Raffi, when the filly entered that bizarre distress, I worried for her. That phenomenon was unlike anything I experienced. And, well, I also sensed an aura from you two. It was different, unique. Forgive me if I am prying. I am simply curious if you know something I do not.
I never really thought of it before. Fortunately, I don't really know a lot about auras at the moment to give an answer. If I had to guess, it might have to do with my destiny.
She motions to the mark on her flank. The eyes of the wolf stare at Zuki. Though it appears to be a normal wolf, there is a mysterious third eye upon its forehead. Behind is the swirl of a symmetrical blue pattern, almost as if replicating the flow of aura.
I got it when I performed my first successful lifting of an object through telekinesis. I'm still learning stuff about it, though, since I don't really have a teacher. Just this old book I found.
Really now, that is quite interesting. Not many are blessed with such potent auras. I am actually more spiritually inclined than most in my tribe as well.
He gestures to the key mark on his own flank. It depicts a silhouette of a pony head similar to his own, but with an inverse silhouette of a full pony within it.
My spirit is aligned very closely with the land of dreams. When I sleep, I can walk within the realm as if it were waking memory. I suspect that I have more capabilities within my aura, which is why I am a shaman, to learn the full extent of my spirit. It is how I learned of the Night Queen, Luna. She is the one who guided me to these lands.
Ooh, that's so cool! I'm not sure what I'd have to do to learn more about my abilities. I think I'm already developing new things. Like this thing with emotions. Sometimes, when I look at others, I feel what they feel. Maybe we could be study buddies!
Should you wish to know more of your aura, Azure, then I would be more than happy to provide my guidance.
Suki smiles warmly to her as he turns back to the statue of his princess. Azure notices now that he had been looking at the statue all this time. Azure recalls the talk of Luna being able to visit ponies in dreams. Now the connection makes even more sense than it did before. A moment of realization was the only thing that came to her mind that wasn't something nasty. The last thing she wanted was to make Zuki upset or disrespect such an important figure in his life. But why? As raw as the topic may be, she had to know.
Luna sounds like she's really important to you.
Yes. Through her guidance, I am able to help the ponies around me, whether it be through spiritual healing or omens of the future. Through her, she has allowed me to know where my mother was taken to, confirmed that she was alive like I suspected, somewhere in this vast land of Equestria. I am determined to return to my home with her rather than without. Regardless, those are but my personal goals. You need not worry about them.
He flashes a smile to her kindness. Hearing of the lost mother, a deep throb of pain shot through Azure's heart. Missing. Whereabouts unknown? The words echo through her mind. This is the first direct kind thing she's heard of Luna. Unlike the tales of a dark figure swallowing wayward children whole, this is a guardian leading a determined son to his lost family. Even if she didn't know such kindness to her kind, at least the knowledge she is caring for her ponies has changed her stance on Luna, if only a little bit.
You're fortunate to have such an opportunity. I know you'll find her, wherever she is.
I am thankful she has extended her kindness out to me, yes. I hold out hope that she extends her blessings to our adventures, and that we may be granted the knowledge we seek. Thank you for your company, Azure. You are a kind soul, like many here. I'm grateful to know you as a friend, Rafi.
I'm glad to have this opportunity to speak to you. You're very kind, and I hope our friendship only strengthens.
She and Zuki walk back to the train. It was getting late, and they were both tired. Azure lets off a mighty yawn and takes the scenic route back to the train, hoping to take in one or two more sights. Moonlily, like many, is struggling to sleep as well and bumps into Starry. The two speak about the dark dragon, as the darkness that exudes from its scales seems to have bothered them. Starry, however, doesn't seem as bothered about the dragon as Moonlily. She goes on to express how no one should be put through the evils darkness can bring, in particular worrying for the bat ponies. Starry then asks why she was here, and Moonlily explains how she was scouted by Julius. Her motive is ensuring dark magic doesn't hurt anyone. She also notes how her motives have to do with the terror faced under Sombra's reign. The two go on to express their exasperation over ponies asking about what happened in the Empire despite their reluctance to talk about it, to the point where Moonlily is curious why the Empire story isn't well known in Equestria. After the long talk, the two of them fall asleep together under the window. they were sitting in front of. It's a new morning for our heroes. They start off with a hearty breakfast and go over all they know so far, starting with the scales. The dragon's scales look sickly, and thanks to Graphite's knowledge, they put together that the scales came from the leg of a dragon by their size. Moonlily feels ill, most likely from the aura they gave off. Using a tracking spell, Blue is able to track any potential spots the dragons were around. Warden takes charge from there, leading the heroes to the next cave. Azure and Oceanfish pick up on a rancid scent several feet away, and when they get there, Coda casts dancing lights, allowing them to see. It's filled with rotten flesh and bones. It's a Timberwolf's cave. Graphite and Zuki poke through the carnage and pull out an empty bottle and a strange bag. It seems bottomless. So, Warden climbs in to investigate. You can't breathe inside, but there are some items that could be useful. The next cave turns out to have 15 dragon nests, and the husk of a shadow dragon, judging by the pings coming from the spell. It's determined that this once adolescent dragon has grown. They also discover the different types of dragons involved. Dragons arrive back at the cave, and our heroes hide successfully. After a safe exit, they go into the next cave to meet a boar who wishes to be left alone. Despite questioning and prodding, little is gained, but they learn the dragons want power. Our heroes gather and make camp by the dragon's lair. While some stay to take care of camp, others go to check the relic being repaired. They meet a hippocampus who was looking after the relic with her master who was gone. Unfortunately, she doesn't know much about it. Moonlily decides to play with it and disappears. They quickly piece together that she has been turned invisible, and with a quick poke at Starry, she returns. Thanks to Moonlily's efforts, they learn how the relic offers protection, and in the wrong hooves or claws, a great darkness will befall. The group returns to deliver the knowledge, and the ones who stayed at camp tell them what they know about how danger is coming. There is precious time before nightfall, as the group prepares for a stakeout, working to be as stealthy as possible. Soon the dragons come. There is screaming in the cave as the shadow dragon throws one of his own kind out and eviscerates him. Our heroes watch in horror and stay silent, allowing the moment to pass. There are calls of regret, to fight, to run. What will our heroes do?
You all waited, only for the silence of the night to be punctuated by a scream of pain and terror. As the shadow dragon made an example of one of the lesser, and killed him in front of all of you. Emotions ran high, but you all decided it would be best to lie in wait, for you know these dragons are coming. And so, you plan, you scheme, and you set traps for these so-called predators. A lot of you returned back to Hollow Shades, got much-needed rest, though some found it more restful than others. But in any case, the dawn has come, and you all have a great deal of work to do. It's time for the lot of you to become heroes. So, in this circumstance, you all have a limited time to accomplish your goals. You know that the day is safe,
as there have been no reports of any attacks during the day. So you have until nightfall to accomplish your goals. Each one of your specific tasks, whether it be setting up traps, evacuating the town, or gathering ponies to your cause, will take time. You will not be able to finish everything, but you can prepare for the worst.
Well, out of character here are what I think our 3 priorities should be. A, evacuate the town. B, get the train guards to fight with us. And C, prepare that fake relic. Those are the top 3. There's individual prep that we can do, but in terms of like what we need the town and the big pieces is we need the guards, we need the fake relic, and we need to evacuate the town. And number 4, contact Julius as well.
Oh, wouldn't anyone in Hollow Shades be able to fight by chance?
We can ask.
That is something for you to find out.
Yeah. I think we need all hooves on deck, so to speak. So, seeing if there's anyone who can assist in the fight, because when they want to fight for their home, would be a good idea.
Yeah, Zuki and whoever else wants to come, is going to go talk to the mayor, bring up, we need to evacuate the town. If you have any pony who can fight, who's willing to fight, send them forth.
I will say,
Warden will join them to talk to the mayor as well.
Yes, you all can speak on the train before the timer officially starts to lay out your plan.
Mm-hmm.
And also receive a bonus from your local gourmand. A roast.
A roast.
Note this down, every pony.
Oh.
If you are suffering from a disease or a poison, you are cured of it. Thankfully, none of you are. You all now also gain advantage on Constitution saving throws against poison and disease, and are resistant to poison damage for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
I will note, you all do not see Zephyrus on the train. However, Starry Skies, he did leave a note for you. He has gone out to prepare traps. If you need him, you can find him around the village.
All right.
He also notes, don't do anything stupid.
As if we'll ever do that.
All right. Would you all like to discuss anything on the train before you head out to enact your plans?
Moonlily would actually check in with Starry Skies since she gave him a kind of test for the decoy the previous night. So, did you happen to keep track of how long it stay and keep it shade for? Or
Starry just sort of lowers his head, going like, last night was hectic enough. I don't think I did, but I know that it lasted at least an hour, maybe 2.
If you like to, Starry, go ahead and roll a straight intelligence check to see if you can.
Intelligence check. How do I just click this, right?
Click intelligence.
Yep. There we go.
Very nice.
Very nice.
18.
So, the performance of creation. I believe. I'm not seeing anything on a time limit, so.
Actually, crafted item disappears after a number of hours equal to Moonlily's proficiency bonus, which at this level is +2.
You noted that it lasted for at least 2 hours.
It lasted probably about 2 hours, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really keep
There's
track because last night was hectic, but I didn't feel it in my pocket anymore after the second hour.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure how long it lasted.
No. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so the decoy will work for 2 hours, so long as he doesn't notice it's not actually the thing.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
Man. Is that all you wish to see me for?
That and did the thing you had to do go okay?
Starry just lowers his head again with a rather pained look in his face. Yeah, it went well, just sort of trails off, looking to the side.
I'm glad it didn't lead to too many complications. But yeah, that's all I wanted to check in for. And she's gonna rejoin the others to discuss planning.
Yeah. I also grab my sword that's leaning against the wall, like put it, put it on and follow Moonlily to talk to them as well.
As you grab your blade, there's another whisper in your mind.
It is time. Prove yourself. Do not disappoint.
Starry just pauses for a moment before heading back to the others on the train.
Well, you do so. The guards are well aware of the situation, and they are armed to the nines, and they are ready to support you. They simply ask,
We'll leave it to your call. Do you want us to head out now and start making fortifications, or help you with the evacuations?
We need a rendezvous point, a place to set the trap. We do not need many for the evacuation. We need as many as possible on preparations for this battle.
they'll nod.
We'll go start making fortifications at the center of town.
Very well.
They look to you, Moonlily.
You said that's where the artifact is located, correct, ma'am?
Yes, that's where it will be.
Affirmative. We'll start making preparations there. All right, squad, move out!
And the four suit up, get cock-locked, ready to rock, and they head out.
Once they
And
head
we'll
out,
add-
Moonlily's going to turn to
Add
Zuki.
the
Oh, sorry.
barricades. Add what they do to the map. Continue on.
Using Glaze.
All right.
Glaze is standing there.
I just made you all breakfast. I haven't gone anywhere yet.
What were you saying? I heard.
Oh, so about the decoy.
Yes.
Last night I did a test, and turns out the decoy can last for around 2 hours before it dissipates.
Then we
No.
prepare it. Then we must prepare it before the fight.
Yeah.
Very well then. Just you know the process, correct? How long does it take?
I only need a few seconds to actually make it, but again, I would need to make a replica of the relic.
But you can still make it.
You can make it?
But you can still make it.
Yes, I would just need to imagine it as some kind of wood replica.
Very well. We do not need it to be perfect. We just need to fool them long enough to get them where we want.
Right.
Preferably away from town.
Yes.
Precisely. We must go to speak to the mayor as well. get the evacuations in order. After that, and make my preparations. We have the guards preparing a spot outside of town, next clearing.
The guards are setting up defenses in the middle of town they know that is where the relic is, and so they're setting up protections around just in case.
All right.
Unless you order them to set up anything outside of town, they're focusing their efforts on fortifying the town square.
Right. I'll say that Suki would want like at least a good amount of them to assist them in like the actual trap.
To my understanding, you guys were going to fight
In the town square?
Well, that's where the relic is, and the dragons would probably just beeline there. At least that's what you assume.
All right, let's work with that then. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, yeah, that's what I relayed. That's what I relayed to everyone.
Sorry.
Very well.
Sorry.
Then my question to a lot of you is, who's going to do what? Who's going to assist in the evacuation? Who's going to assist in setting up defenses? Who's going to recruit ponies for help? Who's going to do what?
I'm going to assist in evacuations, but question, would I still have time to like make my holy water before the fight?
I believe you already made your holy water.
Yeah, but I would have to make a new one in last 12 hours.
How long does it take?
Let me check.
Because remember, once you all leave this train, you're on the time limit.
It takes a short rest.
It would take an hour. It would take an hour of your time.
An hour of your time. How would that limit my options then?
You have 12 hours.
12 hours? And in that case, yeah, like the second hour, the 11th hour before the fight, the second or last hour, I will make my holy water. I'll spend the day evacuating.
Noted. I'll go down the line to make it simpler. Azure, what are you going to assist with?
Off the train? Probably said fortifying the city, since that'd be our focus, is stopping the threat.
Very well. What would you like to contribute?
What would I have to contribute?
Barricades, traps, cover. I can give you a list if you'd like of what you can do.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay. At the moment, Zephyrus is working on traps. The guards are working on fortifications. You can set up defenses. This can be makeshift, spike traps to, a spiked wall. You can work on traps like Zephyrus and set up whatever traps you might deem helpful, or you can work on fortifications with the guards to give you guys more cover and more places to hide behind from the dragons.
I think I'll set up something, set up the spike thing, since no one's doing that yet. And having options is a good thing.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check, if you could, please.
You got it. Let me get my die and my sheet.
Depending on how you roll, will determine the time and how much you can get done without having to spend another time slot. And keep in mind, certain actions will take different amounts of time. The more ponies committed to the task, the less time it will take, and the more you can get done.
15.
15. Very nice. The gathering process will be rather quickly. The setting up process, however, will take the most time. I'll say you'll be able to set up 4 spiked barricades of your choice within that time. That time will be
2 hours.
Nice.
So Azure drop you to the map. And you can tell me where you wish to place your barricades.
Let me take a look at the map. Oh.
I hear thunder.
Is there a spot where she could trap them with it? Like in the corners? Could she pack them into a corner and trap them there?
You can place them wherever you might want. I will say, the moment you do see Zephyrus, and he is currently digging holes just around, and you see him covered in dirt and sweat, and he looks incredibly
agitated,
distressed.
Azure, you've seen this look on some of your higher ups' faces when they are recounting some gruesome battle. It is a look of heartache, but it is also a look of determination.
Could she set up the spikes so they would knock them into the holes?
You most certainly can.
Then she'll want to support him with that, because it'd be a good choke point. You could knock him into the hole, spiked and injured. Be hard to climb out of, especially if it gets the wing.
Well.
So basically, at the entry points, and I can do 4?
You can do 4. With the current
How about
current time allotted.
How about 1 in each corner then?
Very well.
Cover all bases. That's what she's thinking about right now, is how do we neutralize them to start?
Oops.
That's what she would have focused all her focus into, is putting them in a position of weakness to either kill or convince them.
Don't worry, we'll see the map in time, just the players get. Especially those who are.
Oh, the Luna statue is beautiful, by the way.
You can thank our local Shannon.
Oh, you did wonderful.
Okay. Are these appropriate places you would like?
Look good.
Very well. We'll come back to you in a moment. Miss Cantabile, what would you like to assist in?
I'm going to evacuate the town.
Very well.
And
you may
convince the others that are like a little bit too. I don't care about no dragons. They're not going to hurt me. And I'm just like, girl, get out of here.
Yeah,
you may roll either a persuasion check or an intimidation check.
I am going to do a persuasion check. That is a natural 20 for a total of 26.
Nice.
Very nice.
And Zuki's been doing that as well, and he's just hoping that the trust he's earned is helping him out there. All right. Because my name starts with Z.
Miss Coda Cantabile, you go around and you begin to inform the local bat ponies of what's going on. You make a very good argument, and your voice demands that they listen. For that, congratulations, you alone have evacuated 10% of the town's population. And with a natural 20, it only took you a singular hour. And we'll come back to see what you do next after you're done.
Completely unrelated, but Doofenshmirtz is kind of like a reverse Jesus.
What? What?
Huh?
What?
It's just a thought that occurred to me, because at his own birth, Jesus was born without a father, and Doofenshmirtz was born without his mother being there.
I need to know why.
Why is this relevant?
It's not. It's not.
That was by far the most random outburst I've ever heard in my life.
Not even I can do something like that.
That is my power. That is the thought I just had.
Damn.
The connections to reach that conclusion.
Righty. Did I say there has been some?
Now I just want to draw Starry as Jesus.
What?
Carry on.
I will.
Yes. Starry with his persuasion goes like, "Go into battle for me, for your lord."
For
you
your
just hear,
lord.
I am
your
Jesus.
savior. I am the Messiah.
He is the Messiah.
He is the Messiah.
But in different Schmert's voice.
No.
I am the Messiah.
You know what would be really great if you go and fight for me.
Different Schmert's is either the Messiah or the Antichrist.
All right, let's continue on.
For me, Harry the Platypus, for I am the savior.
We're continuing on.
This derailed
right.
so quickly and in a way that no one could predict. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Next up. Azure, you have 10 hours. What's the next thing we'd like to do?
Things are starting to look good around the square here, right?
That's up to you to decide, not me.
Someone's got to call Julius, though.
Someone does.
And we have to give him time to get there.
I do it really good later.
After setting up the trap, setting up the spike barricades, she remembers that what was mentioned before about Julius, and wonders if anyone actually tried to call him yet. She knows it's going to take him time to get here, and the earlier he's called, the better. So she takes off to give him a call.
Very well. You head off to the train. You were pointed out by the guards that the rearward of the train, the caboose, has the communication device needed. And as you walk in, you see, for everybody else, a radio setup. For you, Azure, you see a bunch of metal boxes with weird dials and glowing buttons and knobs and a weird metal stick.
Time to push them all.
Her kind of thing, her whole thing is like, okay, that was a good time to get blue. That's what she does anytime she's like confused on something like this.
Okay. So you head off to go get Blue. She's in her room. She's actually focusing on... She is taking this seriously. She's not sleeping.
Oh, good.
She is going through the mantras and setting up her spells and preparing herself. She looks up to you. What's wrong, Azure?
I went to call Julius, but I don't know what that thing is.
Kind of raises an eyebrow and stands up and starts to head over there. And she looks at it and goes, "Is that a radio?" Have her roll. Let's have her roll roll an intelligence check, because she's not proficient. 8.
That's exactly expected.
I know how to work a radio, but not this. Just gestures to it.
We gotta get Julius here. It's gonna be our best chance.
Then we should call someone else over here to help.
She sits and thinks on it a moment, thinking through who would know about this strange device. She goes through the first friend list, which is Moonlily. And she's like, no, wait, something happened and they're not exactly worldly right now. Then she thinks about Tidal's like, but he has amnesia and I don't think that applies to radios. Does that apply for radios? A point is that...
She gives a honest shrug, like, I don't know.
And then she considers Zuki.
He won't know jack shit.
But she's not sure.
He's smart in a lot of things, but technology ain't one of them.
So, from after going through her starting friend list, she starts going through the rest of the group and thinking who would be smart enough to know how to do this. And she ends up concluding that she needs Graphite Marks, so she runs off to get him.
All right. You go off and you find Graphite Marks, scribbling down a few more things and placing them where they need to be. What do you do as you walk up? There you go.
She runs up and, calls to him.
Graphite looks to where that call came from and sees Azure. Hello.
You're smart, right?
I think I am.
Do you know how to work a radio?
I have a radio at home.
Perfect. Let's go.
She picks you up and runs away with you.
Perfect.
And she plops you down in front of a very large and very complicated looking radio.
What do you want me to do with it?
You gotta contact Julius.
Julius, huh? Alright, I'll see what I can do. So you said this is an investigation check, right?
This would be an intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Come on. Yeah!
There we go.
Oh, heck yeah.
Our rolls are looking up.
Okay.
You look around and you notice a manual, and you flip that bad boy open and begin to skim through it. A manual. Yeah.
For context, that's my name.
A manual, yes. You pick up a handsome-looking man and place him down, and you ask him some questions. He tells you what to do.
That's exactly how it works.
I will not. But
You're
yes.
making me blush.
Good. You deserve it.
The man responds saying, "Take me on a date first."
You will indeed figure out how to operate this and what station to call Cantabile. Tune that in, and you'll hear,
"This is EDF Station Alpha.
Hello?
What do you need? Over. Who is this?"
This is a Graphite Marks. Hardwood with Julius.
Ah.
You hear flipping on the other side.
"Do you need to contact the ambassador, Mr. Marks?"
Yes.
"Very well, we'll put you through."
And with that, a few moments later, Graphite, my good friend, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Happy to hear it. I was wondering when you all would call in to give me an update. How is everything going?
There's trouble.
Oh dear, I was worried about that. Do you know what kind of trouble it is?
Dragons might invade Hollow Shades, and we're preparing for battle.
Go silent for a moment. I see. Well, that won't do it all. And they are for sure going to be attacking. Do you know for what reason?
They want the relic.
I see. Very well. I'll be there soon.
be careful.
We will.
Don't do anything rash until I arrive, please.
We're setting up fortitude, evacuating, and preparing.
Very good. I'm proud of all of you. I'll be there soon. That the radio goes silent.
Thanks, Graphite.
Graphite looks at Azure for a good few seconds. You're welcome.
Slow blink.
You feel it was a happy slow blink, or appreciative slow blink. It's hard to say.
We'll say, through running back and forth, that'll take you 2 hours.
That's fair.
Congratulations, every pony. Julius is on his way.
Yes.
Woo!
1 item complete.
Next, is Cantabile.
Okay.
You have 11 hours remaining.
Yes, Mr. Moon. Okay. 11 hours remaining. I need to know what percentage is evacuated and 1% and which percent is military now.
30% have been evacuated, and you have 2 full squads and 1 half squad of militia.
All right, I'm going to convince more ponies to fight with us.
Roll a persuasion check or an intimidation check.
Persuasion. You guys are proud ponies. You're quick and awesome. Fight alongside us. Oh, shit. That is... Holy fucking shit. It's a natural 20 once again for 26.
Oh my god.
Oh my, so many good rolls.
Two of them in a row for you?
I don't know. My dice have been blessed by gods, and I cannot.
I say be
watch
cautiously.
me be absolute shit during this fight. Watch me be absolute shit.
I was about to say be cautiously happy about it.
I know it's gonna come to bite me in the butt.
It's usually an omen.
Yes, I do not doubt that.
My dice are excellent. They will not fail me. The fight happens. They have failed me.
I am dead.
R.I.P.
Plus, I'm squishy as fuck at 13.
13 HP.
Quite
13 AC. I'm very squishy.
Ouch. Wait a minute. I'm curious. How much of my health?
I have double your health.
I'm 24 health. Oh shoot.
I have 25 health. Everybody's very squishy.
Coda, I have double your health.
It is fine.
I may be made of paper, but I won't go down easy.
All right.
Okay, so
with a natural friggin' 20, that will definitely recruit another squad and a half to your cause.
all right, so we have 4 squads now.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I'll say that is 5% of the population recruited.
30.
So you have 35.
Cool. So, and how long did that take me? 2 hours, or 1 hour?
For this, I'll say 2 hours because that's quite a few ponies recruited and armed and readied.
Okay, cool. Hours. God.
So wait, is that 5% armed or 5% evacuated?
5% armed and ready to fight.
Okay. But that's counting into the total, with the evacuation.
Yes.
Okay.
9 hours left.
Who is next on the shop? Looking thing. All right. Graphite marks. I'll say your hour was helped with Azure, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
All right. Well, move on to the next.
I can imagine him the whole time, just when he was reading the mail, just puffed up behind him.
Zuki?
Yes. So I have a question. I'm still evacuating. Would I get any advantage on persuasion because of my physician trait here?
No. Okay. In which case, yeah, I'm going around town, just getting some of the more shy types. Just hopefully just gain their trust and get them on the train.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
There's Elijah.
You will get 5% out in an hour.
I'm considering whether I want to bump that up. I'm at. So we're at 40% now?
Yep.
Okay. And how many hours do I have left? 10?
9.
9?
All right, move on to the next. That, next up, Moonlily.
All right, so
9 hours remain.
Yeah. So, quick question. When the team back to town yesterday left from that boar's place, how long did it take?
What?
So, how far is the distance between the town and the boar shaman's residence?
Rounds about a hour of walking.
Okay, hour of walking. She can fly. Okay. In that case, for the time being, she's gonna focus more on the evacuation.
Very well.
Ugh, I'm off my game today.
It's okay.
Despite your desperate pleas, only a few will listen. Another 5% of the population has been evacuated. That'll take you 2 hours.
Dang it.
Oceanfish, what would you like to do?
Okay, so the defenses are looking pretty good, right?
That's up for you to decide, not me.
I think that is all right. I will, unfortunately, very reluctantly, try to evacuate people. Can I use intimidation instead of persuasion?
You may.
Hell yeah. Tiny, scary Pegasus with a gun coming after you.
Leave.
Or get shot.
Oh no!
Oh, he's too adorable. He's too adorable, even with a gun.
Oh my god. No, wait, I know exactly what she sounds like.
If it wasn't that 20, it would have been just like that one Mass Effect meme, just like, my mom says no.
My mom says no. Hold on. This is what she sounds like to them.
That's really funny.
No pony listens. And you waste a good 4 hours trying to make them listen, but they don't. You walk away a little dejected.
Oh, baby.
The poor little one.
Sadness.
Kind of hell.
Starry skies.
Yes.
What do you do? 8 hours
after
remain.
8 hours, did you say?
8 hours.
Ooh. After rounding up a couple of recruits, I actually want to go check up on Zephyr, see how he's doing.
He is currently panting, resting against a barricade. He is covered in dirt and sweat. He is a grimy griffin.
Oh, Lord. I walk up to him going like, are you all right?
I got everything set up. I'll be fine.
You look exhausted. Are you actually okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Even if I wasn't, I'm not going anywhere.
Starry just sort of looks to the side, sort of deep in thought for a moment before looking back to him going, "You set up traps, you said, right?"
Yep.
That's good. Do you think they'll work?
Lee. If I said everything correctly, we should.
I
Pretty
really
sure I
hope they
did.
are, then.
I just need to take a breather for a moment. I'll be okay.
Do you need me to
He's
anything
clutching onto he's clutching a what appears to be a almost rusted necklace that has a talon clutching a long sword onto it as he's just kind of tapping his pawed foot. I'll be okay. Just make sure everything else is going all right.
All right. It's just, I saw the note you left, and you must have been out here for 4, maybe 6 hours now?
Not taking chances, Starry.
All right.
I'm seeing this as a war. I don't fuck around. These dragons want to come and hurt ponies, they can get through me.
Starry walks up to Zephyrus and puts a hoof on his shoulder, going, "They gotta get through all of us." We're not going to let them win. You got that, bud?
Yeah. Go make sure everyone else is doing okay.
Will do. And Starry turns back and points a hoof at him, going, "If you need something, please."
I'll let you know.
Good. Starry sighs before walking away back to the town, or further deeper into the town.
Zephyrus just kind of leans his head back and rests.
Starry will then go back to doing what he was doing before and trying to see if he can recruit any more people.
Roll an intimidation or persuasion check.
More numbers, please.
Hey, number.
Nice.
You will recruit another full squad. Promise to do what they can.
More numbers is good.
That's very nice.
Need all the help we can get.
I'll tell you right now, all of these Bat Pony militia are looking like they're armed to the teeth, and they're armored. And
Okay,
all
so-
of them look very serious about what's going on.
Okay, so what percentage are we at again? With
At
this?
40%.
We were at 45 last I checked.
As 40% evacuated in 5 squads of military.
Yep. I will say you're now reaching the upper cap on recruitable units.
All right.
The DC is now very high to get any pony else to fight. The time continues to tick away. Tidal wave.
All right. At first, I got two questions. The first one I like to ask is the relic in the Nightmare Knight statue. Is that the real one?
It's not inside the statue. It's underneath it in a small sanctuary guarded by that druid.
Okay.
And she's keeping it there. She is the last line of defense.
All right. He will ask for permission to check the relic. He's not going to do anything with it, but he's going to, in a sense, try to make a mental image of how the relic looks like.
She holds it up to you.
Right.
It is a crest of the two sisters with It is a crest that is of bronze and gold, with a depiction of the two sisters' blades overlapped in front, in the foreground, with a portal in the background.
Okay, so what I plan on doing is he's going to see if there's anything he can use around him as a substitute, because I'm actually thinking of making, if it comes down to it, a second decoy.
Second decoy.
The town has very seldom precious metals.
Again, I'll do with what I can.
Go ahead and roll me. This would technically be a craftsman check, and you're not proficient in any tools like that, so just a flat intelligence check.
Okay, 1 second. This is a bit of a risk, but I'm willing to take it. If it lets me out. Okay. No.
Oh.
It is a rough look-alike made out of hastily gathered materials, and you look at it, and any dragon worth their salt would know this isn't the right one. I'm sorry to say, Jerboe, but that is 3 hours wasted.
Yeah,
but it was worth a shot. Well done. Warden, 6 hours remain.
I'm gonna go scare the crap out of the some remaining bat ponies, and hopefully they'll leave.
Roll an intimidation check. You scare another 5% out of their homes.
That marks 50.
Look, you need to leave now. I don't care if you hate me. Get the hell out of here now.
It's an hour. Azure, 6 hour remains for you.
Oh dear. Is there anyone else to evacuate?
Oh,
there's 50% of the population.
Oh, that's a lot. She takes notice that 50% of the population still remains, and that's going to be a big problem. So she goes to see if she can see it. I think my persuasion is better than my intimidate. Let me see. And I don't think she'd get advantage with her teeth.
She would.
Oh, she would? Oh, then I might have to go with that then. My intimidation is a 0. I find that a little funny.
You can supplement your strength for intimidation.
Oh, all right. With 50% remaining and only 6 hours to go, she probably would try to scare them off.
Okay. Roll intimidation check with advantage.
All
using
right.
your strength modifier instead of your charisma.
So that would be... All right. So roll twice.
Roll twice. Choose the highest.
That would be a dirty 20.
You scare a solid 10% of the population. With that.
Hey, good job.
Thank you. Those teeth do come in handy.
4 hours remain for you, Azure. Coda.
Okay. All right. I'm going to convince more people to get the fuck out.
Roll a persuasion check or an intimidation check.
Come on, buddy. That's a 12.
All right. My blanket's doing fuck and looking at my wires.
Uh-oh. Another 5%. 2 hours pass. You're starting to get to the stubborn ones that don't want to leave, no matter what.
All right, we're at 75%.
Another 5%, you said?
Another
Yes.
5%.
So, wait. So we should be at 55 then.
I thought it was 65 by my notes.
Yep,
It's
Azure
65
got 10%.
evacuated and 5% is military.
Okay, so 65 then?
Yes. Technically
Okay.
70 with 5% of the population.
Okay, so 70. I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna keep counting from 70 then.
Moonlily, 6 hours remain for you.
Yeah. Seeing as persuading people to stay and fight or leave haven't been going well for her, she's feeling a little dejected. And then she's going to think back to yesterday and kind of mentally bite the bullet, and she's going to do something else, and that she's going to fly out to Boar Lives and deliver to him a note to summarize saying, "Good men, the dragons will be attacking the town tonight. I understand you may not have close connections. However, we are doing everything to protect the city, and it would be much appreciated if in any way you can help us out."
Roll a persuasion check.
Come on. Please, please, please.
Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts.
Oh! Holy cow!
Oh! Oh!
What? It's still coming in. Still coming in.
I don't see it.
Oh, whoops.
Also,
As
Sorry.
it places down the note, you go to fly away. The door.
Oh, it's because you're in the other room. We can't see it.
Oh. Okay, yeah, in that case.
The other door opens.
What was the roll then?
21.
I rolled a 21.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome.
Sorry, Julius. So
And the door opens. You'll hear a gruff. Rather die fighting than hiding in my own little cave.
Is she still there?
Yeah.
She's just gonna give an incredibly appreciative smile and bows her head in respect. And then she's like, "Oh, you know, I never really did get your name."
Then you're not gonna get it.
Oh, okay, that's fair. And then she's gonna fly off. And then once she gets back to town, just resume evacuate people.
All
Or
right,
the
it'll
ponies.
take 2 hours time.
Mm-hmm.
Nightcrawler, 6 hours remain. What do you do?
How much of the population still needs to be evacuated?
20%.
All right, I guess I'll try persuading to get more of the population to leave.
Persuasion or intimidation?
Persuasion.
All right, roll persuasion. That just beats the DC. Another 5% will leave within the next hour.
So 15% left.
Good. Next up. Oceanfish.
Oh. How many hours do I have left?
6.
Okay. How much of the population is gone?
We have 15% left to evacuate.
Okay, I'm gonna try screaming at. Actually, can I just like? Do I get advantage on this if I fire my a gun?
I'll say. You know what? Sure.
Yay! Let's see if
It will be an intimidation check with advantage.
Let's see if I can be scary this time.
The hesitation on that answer slightly concerns me, but such is D&D.
Okay.
You let out a bellowing scream to get out, followed by a deafening.
Welp.
Oceanfish, gun solves all problems.
Gun does solve all problems.
Another 5% of the population flees from the filly with the gun. Take your hour. Starry Sky.
I try to see if I can get the remaining population to leave as well. Trying to say, like, convince them, going like, you're either going to die here, or you can leave.
Roll an intimidation check.
Uh-oh.
They staunchly refuse and slam the door in your face.
That's unfortunate.
It's an hour wasted. Warden, 6 hours remain.
Did we collect the breath last time, by the way?
Do I know?
The dragon scales. That's right. We collected those, didn't we?
Yeah, you did. Well, you never turned it into a resistance potion or a breath weapon.
And it's too late now.
It might be.
What we decide on? Well, I still have a good few hours in me.
Okay, then Warden goes looking for Zugi.
Zuki's easy to find.
Yeah, I'm still evacuating people. Yes, Warden, what is it?
How quick can you synthesize something?
Without prior knowledge, it may take a bit, but if I start now, I could yield something.
We need resistant potions for the dark one.
But very well. I can only do resistance to lightning because those are the scales that we have. But it is still better than nothing.
So you're saying we didn't bother getting any of the scales from the corpse in the nest?
The only Shadow Drake scale you have is the one you have.
No, wait. We picked up the skin and the scales when we
Of the lightning dragon.
He's talking about the shed. The shed one in the nest.
They might work. They might not.
I can see what I can do with.
Try.
I can see what I can do with those. Hand them to me. Place them in the bag. I will. Do not worry. I will be careful.
All right, I'll leave it up to you.
Very well. And I'll take the scales, and I guess I'll spend my next hour or however many.
This is your last option. This is the last thing you'll do.
Okay.
Based on your success, you'll be able to either make one or the other, your holy water or both.
Oh shoot.
Shit. Okay.
Roll me an alchemy check.
Do you still want to do the holy water or this?
That holy water's gonna be big because it's radiant damage.
Then okay, I guess maybe we better just do the.
I can try to get as many. Does the druid protecting the relic know alchemy?
No. Sorry.
It is alright.
Sorry if I interrupted any of your ideas or plans.
I have to make my preparations first. I do not know if I will have time, but I will.
You spend
I will
your
do my
first
best.
hour.
I'm
make
gonna
holy
make the
water.
whole. Yeah, I'm going to make the holy water first because that is a
You
priority.
have 3 hours. The
So-
DC for this will be pretty high. Blaze
What-
Shield will offer you guidance.
Which acts as what?
It gives you a D4 to the check.
D4 to the check. So
Warden-
alchemy check is what modifier?
It is an intelligence check plus your proficiency bonus. And you know what? Hypna is going to give you inspiration as well.
Okay, so I get proficiency with that.
Yes, you're proficient with alchemy supplies.
Oh, I am. Nice.
Make your brew. Help you make
So-
it in time.
So Hypna's giving me advantage.
Hypna has given you a bardic inspiration die, which at this point is a D6
D6 and a D4.
and a D4.
Okay, so in which case? Okay, I'm gonna roll this manually. So D20 plus 2. So D20 plus 2 plus 1D4 plus 1D10. No,
1d6.
I was combining 4 and 6 in my head.
Just enough.
Just enough. Good.
You want a breath or resistance?
Necrotic resistance.
Very well. You have a singular necrotic resistant potion.
What? I come back 3 hours later. I managed to make one. I have a plan. I can make use of it if that is all right.
Do what you need to.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to the necrotic resistance potion. How long do I know how long it will last?
You hope it will last longer than a minute.
All right.
The materials were not of great quality, but you did your best.
And is that my time?
That is your time.
All right.
And what about Warden?
Yes.
We'll file back to you when it's your final thing to do.
Yeah. Zuki would have recommended to you just evacuate whoever's left.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is since it took a couple hours during that time, wouldn't Warden be able to do more evacuation?
Roll an
Yeah.
intimidation check or persuasion check.
Yeah, that's what Zuki would have recommended to you because that was his party this whole time.
All right. Let's see. Come on, persuasion. Son of a gun.
Refuse. All right, back on rotation. Azure, you have one more thing you can do.
Oh God.
The sun is starting to set.
How many of the ponies are evacuated, and is it worth going? Oh God.
There are 5% left to either be recruited or evacuated.
Trying to consider here, is it better to go back and see if I could do a little more in the square or assist the 5%?
You either convince them to run or to fight.
So I need to do a persuasion to get them to fight?
It's a persuasion or intimidation to do either.
You know what? I'll try to intimidate them to fight. See if we can get just a little bit more.
With advantage on doing so.
All right.
If you're willing to stay if you're the last few willing to stay, you might want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
That could be your argument.
That would be 14. It's probably not enough, though.
It is just enough.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God for advantage. That was terrible.
Everyone, okay, the entire town is cleared out and everyone who wants to fight is here.
Yay.
Yep.
We did it!
Yeah.
We did it!
Another task complete.
Huzzah!
I'd like to request like a little labor RP like just before Eve on the final hour of the fight is like Zuki's just gonna pray to the statue of Luna. This is a combination. Yeah,
This
In
is
fact, roll a religion check with advantage.
1 and 2. There we go. And this is a combination of two things. One, flavor justifying my subclass, and also it's going to be a cast of augury. But regardless, this is what he says.
Night Queen, Luna. The night that comes is going to be a harrowing one for Hollow Shades. Please, if you are listening, grant us your strength. Grant your subjects your strength. We need you. Your children need you. Do you believe that we are strong enough to take on the battle that befalls us?
That is my augury question. And my prayer.
As you go into this trance, you will hear the sounds of hooves stomping into metal boots. The sound of a blade being sharpened, and a growl of determination. In your vision's eye, as the moon begins to rise and the sun begins to set, a silhouette hangs like a cat-slitted eye of the moon. Wheel, but there's something more. A voice.
You have been heard. I will not let this stand.
Suki just sort of steps back in surprise. To this point, he's never heard her voice before. He's seen allusions to her, caught a glimpse of her once or twice, but never heard her voice. Yes, thank you. He immediately goes into a one hoof bow. Thank you, my Night Queen. I will not let you down. This town will not fall.
You have set something in motion.
Yes. And as to my subclass, I feel like Zuki feels just the energy he feels in his dreams, he's feeling it now as he's awake. He doesn't know what it means yet, but he's going to try to utilize it.
Well, that is your last thing you do as the hour draws to a close. And the moon is full risen. Nightcrawler, what's your last action?
How far away are those dragon corpses?
Far.
How far is far? How many hours?
It would take you an hour of pretty fast. Probably an hour to get to them and then fly back. And then an hour to do with whatever you want them to do with.
Okay. How many hours do I have left?
2.
2? Okay. Can I fly to them and try to speak with if their spirits are there. See if we can learn any of their other group's battle strategies.
You sure can. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
D20 for what?
Just a d20.
All right. 18.
You sit and you look around. Your ear twitches. It's eerily silent. This now withered husk of a body in front of you now, of this white dragon. You're going to focus for a moment. Slowly your eyes open, but your irises are not there, stark white. And as you gaze around for this short time, you peer into the realm of the dead. And sitting on that rock, you see a hollowed spirit, hunched over. Soft wailing sobs can be heard, though muffled. What do you say?
Which dragon is this? Is this the one that
The white dragon.
The white dragon. I wasn't here for the first session where we found the first dragon. So is this the lightning one, or is this?
This is a cold one. The lightning one is at the mouth of the cave, and that's really risky.
Okay.
I would, if you wanted to go to lightning one, I would allow you to.
I'll stick with this one.
I just put you with the safest option.
Mm-hmm. So I say, gotta tell me what's wrong.
The sobbing stops. The head turns. I'll never get to see my friends again.
Your friends? You mean that group of dragons?
No. One's back home.
Your friends back home. So then who are the dragons that were with you? The ones that killed you?
Ones I met on the migration. It didn't always used to be like that.
Like what?
Dark and shadowy. We lost him for a couple days and he came back like that. We should have ran then and then. We wanted to help. Now none of us can leave.
Did you ever try fighting him?
Couldn't see how that turned out.
Indeed. I'm with a group of ponies who are trying to put an end to his rampage. In order to do that, however, we might need to know some of his battle strategies. Would you be willing to spill what you might know about how he fights?
Don't let him get into shadows. Don't let him hide in the dark. And don't get in front of him when he breathe his breath. It'll turn you into something horrible.
I see. Does he tend to lead the pack, or does he stay behind?
I don't know.
Well, thank you for your help. I promise I'll try and avenge you.
Thank you. And he'll just go back sitting on that rock. Spectral tears falling.
If he wants to, he can watch through me.
I don't want to see it again.
I understand.
You come out of your trance, panting, short of breath, sweat rolling down your body. You got some information.
So I would
fly back and you inform the rest of the group.
Yep.
You can see Tidal immediately thinking.
I assume Nightcrawler just informed us all of what he saw.
Yep.
We keep it in the light.
Starry immediately glances at Zephyrs as if trying to get his attention.
He looks back to you. Slowly raises an eyebrow.
Starry tries to give him a look going like, now? Question mark?
Left to right. Shrugs.
Starry just sort of sighs before starting to talk. That sounds familiar to what I heard last night.
What?
What are you talking about?
Speak your truth.
Me and Zephyrs decide to look around in the library.
Well, then what do you learn? We need the information.
I wasn't so sure about it at first, but if what Nightcrawler said is true, then that book wasn't lying. Or at least that book wasn't a legend.
Legend?
It describes something like a portal to a shadow realm of some sort.
Can I roll a familiarity if that aligns with any of my TG?
Azure and Zuki, go ahead and roll a history check.
History.
The rest of you wouldn't have the foggiest.
About the Shadow Realm? Okay.
Zuki, you've heard of a Shadowfell, but you don't know. You know it is a sick and twisted place, but nothing more.
7 figures. The 5+ only helps when doesn't help much when it's a 2.
Azure, it sounds familiar, but you can't recognize it. Maybe it's called something else in pony terms.
It is one. All I know is that it is one of the many realms that some are real, some are legend. It is unclear for me to which, but if this one is real, then I agreed. Then there may be danger. What did you learn?
Apparently, there used to be an opening
yes,
to the Shadowfell. Sorry, go ahead.
It sounds familiar, but I think we call it something else.
Starry just sort of raises an eyebrow going like, what do you call it normally?
I don't.
It is known as. You're kind of gathering what they're saying now, and it's starting to come together. You don't know much about it, but you know it is the realm of despair.
The realm of despair.
Regardless, what did the book say? What did you manage to gather?
If I remember correctly, it detailed about the Shadowfell. But what intrigued me the most is that there are actual portals to said Shadowfell that open up from time to time. And according to the book, there was supposedly a sighting nearby Hollow Shades of said portal.
And you think that Shadowfell changed this dragon into what it is now?
If that dragon found the portal and went into it, it's a high possibility that this is what we're dealing with.
I see. We might as well take the warning. We might as well take the warning seriously then.
Yeah, but then if he became like this after leaving that realm, then that must mean he must have learned about the relic from there as well. No?
It is possible. The relic is ancient, is it not?
Either way, we need to make sure this place is well lit.
It's not much that'll be of use in the here and now, but it's something we must not forget.
That's for damn sure.
All right. Well done, Nightcrawler.
Thank you.
Absolutely
That,
normal.
ladies and gentlemen, the time for preparation is over.
Damn.
Congratulations.
Yes,
You all have evacuated the town, recruited as many as you could to your cause, and you believe your fortifications are ready.
I hope.
I only have a question for the lot of you. Would you like to take a break now or later?
Yes.
Yes,
please.
Let's take a break.